Welcome to the Know Before You Grow series. I'm Matt.
And I'm Kris.
And today we're going to be looking at the Royal Gold Kings Mix. Follow along as we rank and evaluate this soil. As a consumer, the first thing that I notice is the price. So what I paid for this was $19.86 per cubic foot. So that gave it a score of 6 based on our scale. So really a pretty good value here with this Royal Gold Kings Mix. As we dove into the bag, what was the first thing that hit your nose, Kris?
Yeah, as a consumer, what do we get hit with when we open the bag? This one was really interesting. Smell, I scored it at a 7. I have some notes here from when we first opened the bag. Really natural smell, peaty, not off-putting. I think that holds true even since the first time we opened it. What kind of smells did you have when you...
I had actually almost the exact same notes that you had, Kris. I thought it was a really natural smell, a really neutral smell. Rob behind the camera, he just got a nose full of it and he said it had kind of a shroomy smell. And now that you say that, Rob, I'm kind of getting that too. I put it right at a 7 as well. It's fairly pleasant smelling, not off-putting at all. So yeah, I really liked it. But one of the things that I really like to look at is the feel of it, the look, the appearance. If I had this side by side with another soil, how would it stack up? And really fine particles. It has perlite in it, which is relatively fine. Not very many large woody chips. There was some cocoa core that's pretty obvious in this one as well. So I liked the look and feel overall. I had that at a 7 also. Where were you, Kris?
For look and feel, I was also at a 7 on this one. To mirror Matt's comments, just overall really nice soil. Yeah, no, this is it's a great looking soil. It took water really well, never became hydrophobic throughout the study, so it functioned kind of as expected, or better than expected for something at this price point, honestly. Great.
In terms of the nutrient levels, what's in there that we're not seeing but you're measuring with that MySoil test?
Yeah, so as you guys know, for all of our grow outs prior to growing any plants, we do a MySoil test, get those results back. This particular soil, I scored at an 8.5 for nutrient levels. It had very good nutrient levels of all of our macronutrients. Micronutrients were quite low, like most of our bag soils are. pH was right in the middle of the optimal range. The one thing to note, though, on this one is it had very low manganese levels, like some of the lowest we've seen in some of these soils. And maybe, Matt, you could describe, what we may have seen during the grow out.
Yeah, absolutely. So just to mirror what Kris said, I thought that the nutrient levels were great. Our overall score with that once we averaged was 8.25. But the manganese deficiency was really interesting. It was week 3 or 4. Hopefully we can drop some B-roll in here for you. We started to see yellowing between the veins, or interveinal chlorosis. And then I saw some stunted plants and some necrotic tissue and some leaf deformation. And all of those are symptoms of a manganese deficiency. Now, not to be long-winded, but within our optimal range, that doesn't mean you'll see deficiency below it. It just means that's optimal for maximum plant growth and development. What we really saw here is we got below that critical level of manganese. So we were at 0.1 ppm manganese. Some of the soils with 0.2 parts per million didn't exhibit this. So manganese deficiency is really what dropped this down for me in the will it grow category. It affected the lettuce as well as the tomatoes. And so I actually had this scored at a 5.5 for will it grow. But again, it's only lacking manganese, just a little micronutrient fertilizer, and we'd be in great shape here.
For will it grow, for me, I actually ranked this one at a 4.5, so we might have to meet in the middle at 5 on this one. But yeah, just to echo Matt's comments as well, we did see that manganese deficiencies that showed up in the MySoil test, and we saw that in the tomatoes and a little bit of stunted growth and some symptoms in the lettuce as well.
Okay, yeah, fantastic. So now what we really need to look at is the overall score, so we can compare this against other soils, as well as what we perceive to be some of the best uses. So as we average all these out and then take that average, we actually average a 6.7 for this soil. but it'd be great if you stayed out of the comments on that front. Kris, with an overall rating as stated, what do you see some of the best uses here?
Yeah, I have some notes here for best uses as we went through this grow out. For me, I have a raised bed garden, seed starter, container mix, or even organic matter additions for current native soil gardens.
Yeah, I think everything considered, this is going to be a fantastic soil, really for any use, maybe just a little bit of an amendment there. So agree 100%. Well, that wraps up our conversation here on this Royal Gold Kings mix. As always, thank you for following along. If you've had experience with this soil, drop that in the comments below. Also comment the next soil that you'd like to see us test that we haven't seen already. We really appreciate you following along. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our episodes in the future. And as always, we'll look forward to seeing you again soon in the lab. Oh, Jesus.
Don't rip me off, man.
Oh, man, are we just hitting it?
Yeah, go on the big one, though.
You want a big one?
No, on the big plant. Getting hit with the bitterness,
Dude,
man.
That one is just this side of fantastic, for sure. That's fairly bitter. Man, it's crazy that manganese did that. I can go get something to drink.